Hi, and welcome to this Impak tutorial. In this video, we'll be going through our insurance programs. We'll be updating the certificates of insurance for tenants, contractors, and property owners, as well as reviewing COI notification programs and reports. To start out, we'll go to our insurance category here, and we see a few insurance programs. The very first few are the actual certificate of insurance programs where you'll be adding and maintaining the COI copies and expiration dates. And the other few we'll take a look further on in training today. But first, I want to focus on the certificate of insurance programs here. But first, we'll go into tenant certificates of insurance. And the tenant certificates of insurance program, this is going to pull from the tenant companies program under tenant management. So the two programs are tied together, so when you add companies to the tenant companies program, it'll automatically add the tenants here. So looking at this screen, it's a pretty simple screen, just kind of starting from left to right, explaining the options you have. The little phone book icon here, when you click that, that gives you the tenant contact information. So this is going to pull over from tenant companies. It's going to give you various information like the suite, the square feet, phone number, the contacts. So you have there. The other option is to add a tenant COI note. So if you needed to include a special note for the COI, you have that option. If they're special case and the COI is not required, you can always select not required, and that's going to gray them out so you don't have to worry about a COI for them. Over in the options column, you have two options. You have a little paperclip and you have a little envelope. So the paperclip is actually where you're going to upload the COI. So I'll click into that. I'll select new COI. I'll browse my computer, and we have the Edward COI here. Expiration date, this is when the COI is going to expire. So it's going to expire on June 1st, 2020. And there we go, my COI is added. When I go back, I have all green, so I'm in good standing. It's going to expire 6/1/2020. So I'll do that again with the Williams Law Firm. I'll go over to my upload, select new COI, Williams, and we'll set the expiration date. I'm actually going to set this expiration date to, let's say, December 1st, and I want to save it because I want to get the expiration date under 30 days. And so we see there, perfect. So this one's going to be highlighted yellow, and yellow means that's COI is expiring soon. So since this COI is going to expire within 30 days from today, system's going to mark it yellow. That allows you to go and contact this tenant asking them for a new COI. So in that case, that is where our envelope comes in. So when you want to request a new COI, you can use this little envelope icon here, because this is going to allow you to send the tenant a COI notification email. You see here we have a pre-written email. It's just going to ask them that send you a new COI. Our records indicate your insurance is going to expire in 30 days. Essentially asking them to send you a new one. And you do have the option of selecting from available contacts. So if that tenant has company contacts or tenant users, they'll show up here for you to send this request to. You also have an other email address option, and so that is that allows you to email this to anyone not on that list. You want to send it to yourself, want to send it to maybe they have like an upper manager who wants to be copied, you can have that option. Lastly, you can attach a COI example. We'll look at the COI examples a little further in the training, but when you upload a COI example, you can attach it here. So when this email gets sent to that tenant, that COI example is going to show up as an attachment. When you're ready, hit confirm send. That's going to email that tenant. It's going to log that email, who it got sent to, when it got sent to them, so that way you can see the last notification of when the tenant was contacted. And essentially, when the tenant sends that new COI, you'll just go into the paperclip icon, upload the new COI, deactivate the old COI, and just kind of keep repeating that process. As far as deactivating it goes, it's pretty simple as well. You'll just find the old COI, change the status to inactive, and there we go. It's inactivated. You just upload the new one, and it's in good standing again. And like I said, it's just kind of a process of you upload the current COI. When it's about to expire, you contact that tenant. They send you the new COI, and you just go in, deactivate the old one, upload the new one, and there you go. So essentially, you do the same thing with the Contractor COI program and the Property Owner COI program. When we go into these, you'll notice that these are pretty similar, so we won't spend a lot of time on them. But the Contractor COI program, this is going to be controlled by the Contractor Vendor Master List under Setup and Master List. So as you add to that master list, those contractors are going to show up here for you. And you'll see you have the same options. You can upload the COI. You can email the expiration email to the contractor. Pretty similar to the tenants here. And lastly, you have the property owner COI. This is going to autofill with the property information, and you have the option of uploading the COIs as well. When it comes to the expiration notifications, we do have a COI expired notification for Impak users. So this program allows you to add your email address into this list, and whenever a COI is going to expire in 30 days, the system will automatically send you an email. So adding yourself is really simple. You'll add email address. We'll put support at Impak Solutions. Second step, you just want to add the properties you want to be notified. And that's it. You just add your address, add your properties, and now whenever a COI, any COI, tenant, contractor, property owner, when a COI is going to expire in 30 days, the system's going to automatically send me an email. And with that, I can turn around, contact that tenant, contact that contractor, ask them for that new COI. The COI example is just where you can upload a example COI that you can send out to the tenants or the vendors to kind of give them an idea of what you're looking for, what the COI needs to look like, the information it needs to have on it. It's very simple. You just select new attachment, you browse it. We have our COI example here. We can include a description of, I'll just put COI example. We'll save it, and there we go. So now I'll go back to my tenant COI, act like I'm sending them an email, and now I can select to send the COI example whenever I send this email. So really easy to do that. Lastly, you have the summary report, and this just shows you a overall summary report about all of the COIs you have in the system. So it's going to tell you all the contractors you have, all the contractor COIs, tenants, the tenant COIs, and in what standing are those COIs. Are they all good? Are they all expired? This will show you that. If you're looking for a more detailed report, you can find those in these options right here. So if you wanted to get a more detailed report for the tenant COIs, you can select Reports, Tenant COIs, and here we just enter our search criteria. So we just want it divided by property, sort alphabetically there, and there we go. It's going to print out each of my properties, each of my tenants, when their COI expires, and whether it's not in good standing. You can do the same thing for the contractors as well. And that concludes this Impak tutorial. Just a reminder that Impak is customized for each client, and therefore your Impak system may differ from the information provided in this user guide. For further questions, you're always welcome to contact us at support@impaksolutions.com or submit a support request in the Impak system. We're always happy to help in any way we can.